Now here's Washington. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game with the step back. Maxey. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, BA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, BA. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Now here's Curry, still without a bucket. Here's Jackson Davis, and it's all from three-point range. Maxey on the wing. He's covered by Curry. Maxey, that's good.
Recognized that space given, and Maxey pulled up in the mid-range for the bucket.
Oh, George with a steal. Curry against Maxey. Pass to McCain. Embiid from outside. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
A nice shot by Mr. Clutch.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Now here's George. Takes the 3. Embiid can't hit. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Maxey. And so it's Maxey with... He brings it up for the 76ers. They led the game at one point by 20. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level.
Kerr calls timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 27. On the take. And he banks in the layup. Mr. Clutch has got 29.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
From deep three-point land, Maxey, that's good. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
What's outside? That'll count. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He is and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides. One quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Brandon Pajemski, and it's Santos in at the 4-man spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Embiid, such a dominant force inside. That's exactly where his coaches and teammates want him operating.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Off target. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was...
Season's not over. Plenty of time left. We all have our bad days. You let these guys like the beans, and you're going to stand there and watch it. Hottest team in the land coming through.
Facing all market territories and market manager players. These all are available. Grab your tickets today. We want your time afterwards to be enjoyable and in today's stream. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, then please text the word Kings along with your issue and seal the issue on 55555. Remember,
welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sideline. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Malik Monk.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately. Just by looking at that true shooting percentage, it's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Now Golden State's starting 5. We've got Stephen Curry. There's Jackson Davis out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the 2-guard spot. And for Sacramento, Monk on the wing. He's paired with DeRozan. Green is out there with Sharp. And it's Carter in at point guard. And through this early portion, Greg, of the season, we've had our fair share of surprises.
Yeah, it's fun to see the preseason predictions go up in flames, right? Every year it feels like we have at least one team that overachieves and shocks us all.
Outside, Green. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Sharch with the screen for DeRozan. Off target from outside. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
Now here is Carter after the miss from Mr. Clutch. Sharich outside. Monk, no one around him. Sinks the three-pointer.
This is a big reason why Monk is so important. It's his accuracy.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
Just 3 to shoot. DeRozan for 3. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Curry dishes to Wiseman. And that one, good.
Well, listen, we know Wiseman has a nice outside game, but inside there aren't too many guys who can match up with him physically.
Now, here's Monk. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Out to Carter. Fires the 3. The shot misses.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Kept alive. Wiseman. Some solid defense from Sharich.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Good on the bucket. Curry with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Mr. Clutch. Monk defending. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Mike. Here calling timeout. Looking for a break. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Moses Moody, he's checked in for the Warriors. DeRozan for three. Sacramento gets it back. Here's Carter. And the rejection by Curry.
Making his presence felt on defense. Curry with the rejection. And to put things simply, this has not been his forte.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against Philadelphia played some huge minutes. He scored 33 points and, as always, was a force on defense, doing whatever he wanted at that end. And he was pretty much big everywhere, doing a little bit of everything. He had a strong all-around game. Is a repeat performance in the cards? See, guys.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The veteran DeMar DeRozan, RJ, a terrific player, a great scorer.
And he's been doing it for a long time. He has been an elite scorer since he picked up a...
Some changes. Green, he's checked in for DeRozan. And it's Brown in for Cook. Reece Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Mr. Clutch comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's the Warriors with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's Mr. Clutch. Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Brown. A shot by Podziemski, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Mr. Clutch out there with Podziemski. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. Then there's Moody. And it's Farrell. And at the 5 spot, a three-pointer is right on target.
You give a shooter of his caliber that... Much time to seam it up. Oh, yeah, you're done.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. There's Green with the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Mr. Clutch. 9 points in the game so far, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Out to the right wing. From deep, another 3 for Sacramento.
Well, if they're doubling you, then you know someone is open to shoot. So smart move passing it out.
To the inside. Here's Farrell. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Warriors lead by 2.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Brown outside. Pass to Hood, Javino. Outside, Green. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Ford, no luck. The Warriors have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Jackson Davis. Here's Mr. Clutch. 33 points last game. Just 5 on the clock. Jackson Davis finds Moody. Shoots over Alexander Walker. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
It's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Pass to Pajemski. Drops in the layup for 2. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead.
And really it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And they double up Brown. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And just over 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. Green with the block.
When you talk about the best defensive players of this era, you have to talk about Draymond Green.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Wiseman's checked in for Farrell. Wiggins comes in for Moody. And Curry sub in for Brandon Pajemski. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Leading by 5. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Jackson Davis in the corner. Curry passes to Mr. Clutch. And it's Wiseman in the corner. A three-pointer. Wiggins. They grab their own miss. Curry with a wide-open look. Oh, Curry so accurate from three-point range.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And stolen by Wiggins. Here's Mr. Clutch. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Hood, Javino. And again, the turnover by the Kings.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
Number 22, Devin Carter.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
The young guys are playing well, but it's a long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which players hit that wall and which ones knock it over. So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Golden State Warriors.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Monk on the wing. He's paired with DeRozan. Charge is out there with Green. And it's Carter in at the one. That's the group for Mike Brown as we get going here in the second half. For three. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. Always a threat. Three-point land that time was... seriously expanded.
They double him with Wiggins. The shot by Monk is no good. Warriors leading by 12. Here's Mr. Clutch. And then Wiseman slams it in.
You just can't teach size and length, and Wiseman beats everyone to the ball for that second chance opportunity.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Wiggins passes to Mr. Clutch. And it's off from three-point range.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from DeRozan. You know, RJ, we talk about DeMar DeRozan scoring, but he's also a terrific passer.
Yeah, his first couple years in the league, DeRozan averaged less than 2 assists a game. Now, making plays for others is a big part of his game.
And Mike decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Attention fans, now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud, let them hear it.
And checking out numbers for Green. His last 10 games, he's getting around 4 points a game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. But you look at all that, and really it doesn't give you the entire picture of his impact defensively.
Just in general, numbers don't tell the whole story with defense. Guys like him, you have to watch to understand his impact.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take... into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. Monk for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Monk's got 6.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high-arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Curry gets the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation.
Some changes for Golden State. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Mr. Clutch. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Stephen Curry. Some changes here for the Kings. Duncan, he's checked in for Saric. Brown comes in for Draymond Green. And Bouknight comes in for Carter. And then for Golden State, Santos is checked in, and it's Buddy Hield in for Wiggins. Pass to Mr. Clutch. And the Warriors miss again. The Kings trail by 15. So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Moses Moody is out there with Buddy Hield. And it's Mr. Clutch. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Santos in at the center position. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
And that one misses.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And the dunk by Duncan.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Mr. Clutch. No good from outside. The Kings trail by 13. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Bouknight. At 3 off the mark. The Warriors have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
Nothing is going his way in this half offensively. Really having a hard time finding his shot.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. The 3 buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Make some noise for your Sacramento Kings Breakers.
It's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Goodness, this man is ripping 3 after 3. An incredible display of shooting.
And they double up DeRozan. Monk finds Sharnic. Good ball movement here by the Kings. The shot's good from Carter.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Warriors leading by 11. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Wiseman. Here's Mr. Clutch. The layup off target. And so Monk will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. DeRozan on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down. that open.
Back to Wiggins. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Carter. Pass to Wiseman. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mr. Clutch. Sinks the triple. Mr. Clutch has got 6 here in this quarter.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And finding his teammate in stride, he led his guy perfectly.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Warriors.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Mr. Clutch.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
The shot, no good. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Line with his 3. The clock now can just run out for the Warriors. Now a timeout called by Golden State. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Also, we've seen some wild finishes in our time. You can't afford to lose focus for just 1 second.
Substituting on the court.
Here's Mr. Clutch. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. So long, everyone.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. Good win. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this winning streak going.
What better for a Tuesday evening than a little NBA action on 2K Sports? In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs against the Golden State Warriors here in Chase Center. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. Bundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama is out there with Smith. Then there's Castle. Then it's Royce O'Neal. And it's Ball in at the 1. Here's Mr. Clutch. Off the mark there with a... Three. Here's Castle. He's covered by Curry. And the basket by Castle.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said they spent all week watching film on Victor Wembanyama, trying to find flaws that they could take advantage of. No such luck. So their mission tonight is to try to make someone else beat them, which coach admits could be fool's errand.
Thanks for that, Allie. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it. And let's use this break to recognize your Western Conference Player of the Week, Victor Wembanyama.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
Now the Warriors with it. Stand one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter out here, too.
Good-looking guy.
The Warriors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Wiggins. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
Here's Castle. Plenty of room to knock down that one.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And his scoring average of 31.5 points a game is fantastic. Pass to Curry. Five on the clock. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Can't get it to fall. Outside for Wembanyama. He buries it from 3.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Curry passes to Kuminga. Here's Mr. Clutch. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Ball against Curry. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
One thing we saw from them that game, and we see it around the league, an over-dependency on the 3 ball.
That shot, the 3, is very volatile. On games when it's falling, you can beat anyone. But when you're leaning on it and you go cold, tough sledding.
Jackson Davis is checked in for Kuminga. And San Antonio also making a switch. Vassell, he's checked in for Ball.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
The Spurs making a switch here. Bowles checked in.
First personal foul. First team foul. Into the lineup for the Spurs, number 11, Bol.
And that'll be San Antonio's ball as it goes out of bounds. Spurs able to keep the possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Here's Castle. 14 points for him last game against Boston.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
4 on the clock. Fires for 3. And it's Wiseman with the rebound. Wiseman's got 4 rebounds now. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Pass to Curry. Lets it go from deep. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Not sure there's such a thing as a bad 3 for Steph.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Kings was all business. He ended up with 26 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. And his effort helped end their losing streak. He'll be looking to inspire them with another win tonight.
Okay, thanks for that. You know, the impact he had on that game was big.
And it's not easy to point to just one area he made a difference, but his effect was felt all over the place. He was on fire.
And the important thing now is to keep that momentum going. You want to play.
checked in for Champagny. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And there's Smith. That one's good on the assist from Bull. And it's all knotted up.
Nice touch from the interior. Smith Jr. knows how to capitalize from this area.
And so in the game for the Spurs, Castle is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then it's Smith. Then it's Bull. And it's Vassell in at the 3. And Ball gets it to go.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
The Warriors have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the Warriors miss again.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Warriors trail by 3. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Back to Ball. Jacks up a 3. He drops it from range. Now it's a 6-point San Antonio lead.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. Wiseman, he's checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Podziemski. And San Antonio also making a switch. Wembanyama's checked in. Here's Ball. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Vassell outside.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can before they lose the song.